What's your favorite part of the night? Keep it G. What's your favorite part of the night?
But say when that red light come on and that bump chicka wow wow.
Get that dicka bop, bop, bop.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
So do you, even when you in the truck, you sleep with the do-rag on?
Yeah, my hair's braided right now. Gotta protect it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, what you really trying to go all Riley?
Don't worry about it.
What you are? You braiding it now, so you when you get home you can put that weave in.
Gotta get my extensions.
I saw a girl the other day, and like I know she wears a wig. I know she has a lace front, but I was sitting there and I was just looking, and and I looked at my coworker and I was like, man, I'm actually really impressed with this girl's lace front. Like I can't tell.
Oh man, yeah. I've seen some women wear them that it actually looks good on them. And I see some women that got their lace fronts done and they use like regular fucking scotch tape on it. I'm like, yo, like, did you not see this? Like, the world can see this. I know you had to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I see some woman walking around like, yeah, where'd you get that wig? Party City? That shit ain't.
Oh man,
that shit ain't horsehair. That shit is synthetic.
Oh man.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I always thought like when I had really long hair, people used to always tell me, I should sell it. I'd have all these old black ladies coming into the store and be like, hey, you ever want to sell your hair? You got that nice hair. I'm like, I had no idea like people was actually serious, but they would have, got these nice locks.
People grow their hair out and cut it off and send it to some corporation that making the wigs for other people.
Yeah. I know they've done it for like what is it, like charity?
Yeah. I think Pantene Pro V host one. I think.
Yeah, they can't take your hair for charity, bro.
Nah, it's uneven. Like, yo, we
don't take pubes. Sorry, sir.
What you mean? They're the strongest ones.
The longest hair you got in your armpit, bro. You like, oh shit, look at that shit. There's a little too much degree in there.
Oh man, actually, now I keep mine kind of shaved up a little bit. You know what I'm saying,
bro? It's a gift and a curse, but I don't really grow much armpit hair. So like, so when you see it, I don't really shave it or nothing like that. So everybody always thinks I shave my armpits because when they look, there's not much hair there, which is nice for me because I think it looks better. But at the same time, everybody like, hey man, your estrogen level's a little high. You maybe need a little.
you know they are shit all the fucking soy you be drinking.
But first of all, I ain't drink soy in forever, except for that one time on the podcast. You gotta stop. That's fake news.
No, but you said you grew up drinking the shit, so whatever was supposed to develop in your body as a man probably have some issues right now.
Oh,
that's probably you ain't got a girlfriend. Don't leave that alone.
Your armpit hair growing because your shit all got testosterone and whatever, all that chicken you've been eating.
Oh man, chicken grease, Jack Daniel, shit.
Oh
shit.
Wiping pig grease on there.
The pig grease, that's for the lips. It's that pork chop grease, baby. Oh man, keep looking. Matter of fact, don't give me a pork chop today.
Yeah, bro, you look like you're gonna get a pork chop today, tomorrow, the next day.
Dude,
and getting it.
They got the cheese grits, pork chops, biscuits and gravy.
Wow. Where are you parked in front of this?
Some off the wall truck stop.
Yeah, you're gonna just let your nose do the work for you. But all right, lead me to the promised land.
I walked in there, saw a Big Mama. I was like, oh, it got the fryer going at 5 a.m. Oh yes, it's about to be good.
Well, with that being said, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi,
and your boy Chris Brown, aka Red 4 Delta. How's everybody doing out there?
Well, I mean, if you guys were tuning in with us at the same time that we're recording it, it'd be an early morning for you because this is we just woke up, both of us.
I ain't got no makeup on or nothing.
You don't need makeup, bro. You need like spackle or something to lighten this up.
You know how they do it for the movie stars? Got them all makeup up and everything.
Then you got to crush some charcoal, hit you with the natural bright.
I'm over here black faced in it or black body in it. Oh man.
Well, speaking of, that's kind of segues into the movie we talking about today, because we talking about lights and
Hold on.
darks.
Okay, I was gonna say, where's he go with this one?
Come on, it's in the name of the movie. Darkness. You might as well just call this movie Orion and the Chris Brown.
Look, I'm too early for this shit. I'm still trying to wake up here, but keep going.
I'm saying, like, you picked the movie, and I figured it was gonna be an animated movie because that's Chris Brown's alley.
I said it was. I like animation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know you do, and you be finding the most random animated movies I ain't ever heard of.
Hey, it's better than fucking the snail with 2 shoes or some shit like that.
First of all, it's Marcel in the show. First of all, you're gonna stop disrespecting Marcel. You're gonna stop disrespecting Hachi.
Oh no, not even bring Hachi. Leave that.
Bro, listen, I own
that tofu where he is. Oh man.
Yeah, so you picked the movie. Why don't you tell the people the movie you picked this week?
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are. I can't think.
We are tired because we both just woke up.
Yeah, with the bed latest, but I got loaded late last night. But
what time did you go to bed? I went to bed about an hour and a half ago.
Oh shit! Seriously?
Yeah, I got work to do.
I mean, yeah, I know that, but shit, you said you've been up for a minute. I went to bed at 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I gotta pack soon. I gotta finish working and gotta pack soon, but I got a long ass flight, so I'll sleep on the plane.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
but yeah, movie we picked this week was Orion and the Dark on Netflix.
And how did you find this movie? Did it just pop up? Because I've never heard of this movie at all.
It did just pop up, but I got a bunch of chitlins running around. So
chitlins?
Yeah.
I don't know. On the Boondocks, they call them other words, but it's not chitlins. Uncle Ruckus has one special word for them, but we won't be saying that here.
We'll leave that alone. Just in case the mom decides to want to watch this, but that's how you feel about my kids. I feel about them all kids, not just yours, everybody's.
Listen. Like this, I'm not calling them. I'm just quoting. You should know that. Like at least my brain is working. That I can pull this quote out.
Yeah, I know, right? Something make it sound good.
But okay, so
Netflix came across it. And I like I said, I like illumination shit, animation, anyways. So, I just want to check it out. It seemed interesting.
Yeah, can you be a favor? Just pull your mic away from your mouth just a little bit.
Gotcha.
All right. No. So in watching it, I was like, I could see this movie actually being in theaters with a couple tweaks.
Okay.
Basically. So, with that being said, did you like the movie?
Yeah, for the most part.
Why? Why did you like it?
Of course, as all movies, it's really all more about the ending and how it all comes together, what makes it about everything else. Yeah. So, I thought for a kids movie, it had actually not even for kids, even for kids and adults actually.
Yeah.
Kids overcoming their fear of the dark, and the adults being able to explain that in a way that would make sense, I guess. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a decent little watch.
Yeah, it was one of those animated movies, kind of like an afternoon special kind. Like it's one of those ones that like you can put on for your kids, and it's gonna teach them a lesson, a life lesson. I don't know. And when I say I could see it and beat in theaters if I've only had a couple little tweaks, I think maybe the way the movie was set up might have been a little too complicated for young kids. But like watching as an adult, I could see what they wanted to go. I would have just switched one little thing, and is the scene in the movie where it randomly just cuts to the daughter and the dad talking. And it pops out of nowhere. I personally would have started the movie off with them
Mhm. Yeah,
versus starting it off with that with the Orion as a kid.
I can see that because as an adult, of course, we'll catch it. Like, okay,
Yeah.
wait a minute, the movie just switched up, but we can keep up with it.
Yep.
As a kid, I don't think that segment would have um kept them reeled in. They would have been confused at what's going on.
Yeah. And with that, I think the ending would have been a stronger reveal if we started
Mm,
it off, if we started the movie off as a story about like the dad telling the daughter about how he kind of overcame the dark versus
mhm.
finding that out halfway, like partway through.
He overcame the dark by watching South Park.
He was just like, all right, well, I'm scared of all this shit. Let me just go hang out with these imaginary, fucking elements.
Hell yeah,
Actually, it was kind of similar. You ever seen it's not Element, Inside Out?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
this
actually
movie
a dope
kind
ass
of
movie.
reminded me. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Inside Out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm. Okay, but okay, different characters, but not emotionals or not emotional.
yeah, they're not emotions, but they're kind of it kind of just represents like different elements of of a person,
Hmm.
different things. Like, I mean, they took it in a way where it's like, okay, these are all the different elements of what happens at night.
Yeah,
I mean, minus the other kind of stuff.
that 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 freaky stuff.
That's when it
But yes,
starts turning R-rated.
I was about to say, yeah, that was a kids movie. Can't expose them to that.
Yeah, but like I like how they broke it down because there wasn't like I never really thought about like what kind of elements in life make up like what's nighttime.
Mm.
You know, like
Yeah, see.
have you ever thought about that? Like, okay, this is like this is the parts of life that if you break it down, these are the elements that go together to create a certain like scene that you're normally just used to thinking about.
Actually, no, not at all. It never dawned on me, honestly. So, like, you actually found that interesting too, how they had what the Sweet Dreams character,
Yeah.
Insomnia, she was it Strange Noises.
Yeah, strange noises,
Yeah.
quiet
Hmm.
or silence. Um, what was it? So sweet dreams, silence, noises. It was another one. Well, they had the dark in general.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He was like the main character, besides Orion.
yeah.
Yeah, there was some parts of it, especially like of course the end when it all comes together. I thought made sense. It was dope. I thought it was a decent message of portrayal and everything else.
When you were growing up, were you afraid of the dark?
At one point, yeah, I'm just saying every kid's afraid of the dark.
It remind me of the Dark Knight Rises.
Oh,
That's you. I was
no,
born in the dark. That's you, bro.
he said I was born and bred in it. You nearly adopted it. Whatever he said.
That's you.
Man,
You're not born in the dark. You were born of the dark.
I came from it. That's why I move in the shadows.
I know, bro. You are the shadow. You fucking. That's why if you ever get the Grim Reaper tattooed on anywhere, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's a self portrait.
Do it. Actually,
Not
no,
because
I
you
don't have
deaf.
that.
You just black.
No, that's my relation to the Sons of Anarchy,
What the
the
Grim
Grim
Reaper?
Reaper.
All right, all right. I'll actually, that'd be a good idea. Getting a fucking like a back tat that looks like the Sons of Anarchy logo, but like your own kind.
Hmm. I actually wanted a Grim Reaper tattoo. Just not sure where I wanted it
I don't know. I think you've played around with death a little too much. Now you just taunted him.
at. He's like, all right, motherfucker.
I
I
know.
left you alone last time. But now you taking me as a joke.
No, that's like fucking. That's like when you like win a championship and you get you get all the strikes. For like, all right, these are all the times I won a championship. You get
Yeah,
a tattoo of a Grim Reaper. Just they be like, yeah, now I beat you so many times I can put your face on my skin and you're not
yeah.
gonna do nothing about it.
But you beat me. No, I let you live. There's a difference. Now I got to show you.
So,
Man.
was there a is there an element of nighttime that you kind of identify with? Like, what's your favorite part of the night? Keep it G. What's your favorite part of the night?
But say when that red light come on and that bump chicka wow wow.
Get that dicka bop, bop, bop.
That whoosh gosh boosh bosh. Whatever the fuck is. Oh God. Um, you know what? I didn't learn to appreciate the night until
I keep hearing Orlando Brown in my head.
just looking at, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we're talking about. Look at Orlando Brown hits and
Yeah. I get that. Bop, bop, doo, ba, doo, doo, yay, yay.
yeah. And then she did like whatever the fuck he was talking about. Like, oh God.
Uh,
Oh man.
that's the dude from That's So Raven.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So you said you didn't learn to appreciate the nighttime until you got older?
Yeah. I, I I can give you one significant time that I was actually in California. I was at the training NTC in the military.
Yep.
And being from the city and everything else, um we out there, came on the tanks and everything. And I know this sounds so crazy because the sky's like the same everywhere you goddamn go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just being in the mountains and in the desert rather, and surrounded by mountains, and just having to look up, and it was like 2 a.m. and the sky was so bright.
Yeah.
Like I actually stopped to look like holy shit. Like, it was almost like I never seen it before. Like I felt like I was in
Yeah.
a planetarium, but a real one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
The thing that blows my mind is like, we have so much light around us, and like ambient light or light pollution it's a thing. A lot of people don't realize it, but like,
mhm,
we have so much light around us that we don't realize how much we're actually missing at night because of all the light around us. And
mm,
like, sometimes when you go into the dark, you gotta wait for your eyes to adjust, and you
mhm.
realize if it's a full moon out, yo, you don't need any street lights.
No,
Just
you
wait for
really
your
don't.
eyes to adjust, and you can just walk around like nothing.
Hmm.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
remember in the first Avatar where
Hmm.
he lights the torch and he's walking around, and Neytiri is like, she takes the torch, she tosses it in the water, and he's like,
Hmm.
"What are you doing?" But then he realized that like once he got rid of that ambient light, the
Hmm.
whole fucking like forest blossomed for him.
Mm.
And I feel like that's something that like in modern day, like that's something we're missing, like that connection with just the earth and how things naturally are.
Oh, I definitely agree on that. Shit, we all want things right where we want them. We're all spoiled in our own way.
Yeah.
Um, we forgot how to be natural. Look at these lace fronts
Yeah.
that we just talked about.
Chris is natural all the time. That's why his elbows is always white.
Look, I'm natural on other reasons.
But okay, so is there an element of the nighttime that you connect with? Because you had what? You
Um,
had sweet dreams, like what was it? The weird noises.
weird noises, insomnia, quiet, sleep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the one that I can feel like I've related to the most, or I've experienced most of my life.
Yeah.
I'd want to say quiet.
Why?
And the reason why I say, okay, I want to make sure I explain this correctly. I don't want to say I experienced it the most, but I prefer it the most because like different things I've gone through in my life have caused me to really sleep with one eye open.
Hmm.
So I hear everything when I'm sleeping,
Yeah.
unless I'm like drunk as fucking knock the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my ears are
You're
like,
like a toddler. You can hear every little noise.
no, I just hit a bag of chips. Oh shit,
Yeah.
mom's eating. Time to get up. You know what I'm saying?
Chicken
But
skin.
but yeah, quiet. I learned to appreciate that.
Yeah.
So like, of course, I've heard like strange noises. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quiet. That's what I can feel like I identify with the most.
Bro, like okay, so for me, are you one of those people who can sleep through anything, or do you
No.
even now even every little noise you wake up?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm one of those people who I can like when I'm asleep, I'm out. Like I might as well just teleport into a different body. Because I remember one
Mm-hmm.
time when my parents they were getting their house like remodeled, or they were getting an extension built onto the house. This is back when I was working at Friendly, so I used to get home 7 in the morning. I'd fall asleep,
Mm-hmm.
and the contractor was telling me that like because I was asleep in the living room, and he was like, "Man, like we were hammering and cutting right by your head and all that shit," and because you didn't move at all, like I was just out. Like you could have
Mm.
fucking knocked me out, raped me, did whatever. I wouldn't have known. Yeah,
Take notes, ladies.
yeah. Just get me to stay awake for a couple hours, and you'll see. Like I could just put me out. You can do whatever you
Yeah,
want to me.
him and all his estrogen.
Uh,
Oh
I
man.
I think for me, I think I might connect with insomnia. I don't know,
Mm,
'cause I don't think I have insomnia. I think I'm
okay.
just so used to working third shift that like I'm such a night owl now.
Mm,
Like I'd prefer to be awake on 45 minutes of sleep than to
hmm.
wake up after 2 hours of sleep. I know I'm up now after less than 2 hours of sleep, but like
Yeah,
preference wise, yeah, I'd trust my body way more if I'm only got like an hour of sleep or like I'm staying awake versus trying to wake up.
that's interesting. I really don't know how mine's gonna be. I, like so, all I could think of is just having to be to train my body, and of course, military wise, to sleep and pop up and all that good stuff and everything. Like
Yeah,
you learn to just take naps when you can. Like you're not every sleep matters.
yeah,
So if you sleep like an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours here, like
yeah.
that's why I say for me, I want to quiet. I don't hear nothing because I'm not gonna sleep if I do. You know what
I
I'm
feel,
saying?
bro, I feel like if I need sleep, it don't matter how much noise is out there. Like get my, I will get 2 or 3 hours if I need it.
I can't do it. I mean, I've done it, but I'm still like halfway awake. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
Speaking of awake, what you drinking?
Oh shit.
I know it's
It
early, so
ain't never too early. So I figure what I do with this damn shit.
bro, you out here looking like a fucking jack-o'-lantern.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Got me a shot of tequila.
See, I had some tequila the other day. Actually, it was some mezcal. It was nice, but I can't be doing no alcohol at 6 in the morning. I'm not you or my mom.
Yeah, I'm the one son that identifies with her on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I got my coffee. That's it. See my Wawa
Really?
cup? Yeah.
Shoot, well, I was sitting here trying to get set up when I woke up. I was gonna walk into the gas station and grab something,
Yeah.
but I know when we're on a time crunch, so I just like whatever. I'll sit here. I actually just remember this when you said something. I actually did think I had to get my water.
Yeah. I just made some coffee this morning. I'm like, as soon as we get done, I got to fucking start working on shit and packing because I got to be out of here in a couple hours.
Hmm.
All right, so I know we're talking about like sleep and what happens at night, but like that's actually not the main, the main plot line of this movie. Like this whole movie is about, getting over your fears because essentially you have
Hmm.
Orion who is afraid of everything. He's afraid
Hmm.
of noises, his falling out of bed. He's afraid. What was one of the weirdest things he was? He's afraid of
Uh, using the bathroom and flooding the school pool or something like that.
Yeah. It was he had all these like weird fears about him that, gave him like just anxiety everywhere. And I feel like that's a lot of like today's society.
Oh, definitely.
Everybody out there's got irrational fears that, kind of control their life. Do you have any
Hmm.
irrational fears?
I want to say no, not anymore.
What was one that you just thought like, or maybe growing up you realized like, hey man, that was dumb to be afraid of that?
This I don't know why. I, I don't want to say it was afraid, more like a superstition, or just like my brain wouldn't let me do it. Like walking down the sidewalk, I could not. The same amount of steps had to be taken in every square. I couldn't step on a crack.
Oh,
It's like I just felt like
crack
something bad
break.
was gonna
Yeah,
happen.
you didn't want to break your mama's back?
And that was a joke back then, but I just felt like something was gonna go wrong. Like I just had to keep everything even.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah.
I
It was-
okay, so for me, I got one, and to this day, I still happens. I
really.
can't just sneeze. I gotta hold that motherfucker in because I have this fear that if I sneeze and just let it go, boogers is going everywhere.
They're kind of supposed to. That's where
No,
you get
but
tissue.
but I'm saying like like if you just looking out or you walking around and you sneeze,
Hmm.
some people just sneeze. My dad sneezes, he just yells asshole. So yeah,
Seriously.
never heard him sneeze. He goes asshole.
You know what? I want to say maybe I have. And I kind of raised the eyebrow, but then went about my business. Like, yeah, whatever. He's
Yeah.
Cambodian.
Yeah, that's how he sneezes. But I feel like whenever I sneeze, I hold it in. Like, and people tell me I might pop an eardrum. because I keep doing that. But I just have this fear that no matter if I'm just sneezing because of like some black pepper or some shit, I feel like when I sneeze, boogers is going everywhere.
That's funny.
I'm telling
That's crazy.
you just let it all out. You ain't worried about all the shit coming out them nostrils.
I mean, I wanted out my nostril. Shit, that's why I want to sneeze.
No. I blow my nose if I want it out my nostrils. If I sneeze, it's just a reaction.
Well, I mean, a reaction to your body saying, get the fuck out.
I don't think a sneeze has anything to do with boogers. It has to do with something tickling your nose.
Or there's something in there that your body wants out of it.
No. Yeah. The Holy Ghost.
So you sneeze?
Yeah, you trying to get that out. Yeah,
I ain't never seen somebody in church start doing some crazy shit and then sneeze in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's the devil trying to get up before he gets to church.
Oh, okay, that's what it is?
Yeah.
I remember that. If I start sneezing before I go to church, I know I got a problem.
Like, uh-oh, what did I do this week?
Shit, same thing you do every week.
All right.
Oh, man.
So in this movie, okay, so Orion's got all these irrational fears, and in order to deal with them, he essentially just gets, in touch with these different elements at night because Dark is upset that, whenever nighttime comes, he's so scatterbrained.
Yeah, scatterbrained, and like he knows everybody fears him.
Yeah.
But he in his opinion, he's not a fearful guy.
Yeah.
Like it's like what he does is just his job. It's not his personality.
Yeah. And
You know what I'm saying?
he's kind of upset that people are scared of him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
that Orion was the worst?
Yeah, because he said he keep making too much noise. This motherfucker, because okay, so here's something that didn't make sense in the movie.
Okay.
So when his mom and dad are leaving the bedroom, he's like, "Hey, you want me to leave the door cracked open?" He's like, just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more, until the door was wide open.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Okay, good night," and they closed the hallway light. And this motherfucker went into the drawer and pulled out all the night lights.
Yeah.
Why didn't you have those out to begin with?
Because I guess parents like, stop being a bitch. Put this shit away.
You pay for them night lights? You pay for that
real.
electricity? No,
Man.
it was little things like that where I was like, "Oh, that." I guess that it's funny if you're a kid watching it, but like if you're an adult watching, like, "Oh, that doesn't make sense," kind of. Am I thinking too much into it?
I mean, sometimes it's needed because as adults, it's what we do.
Yeah.
But I think it was just one of them trying to show that how much of afraid of the dark he really was.
Yeah.
All the flashlights and night lights and everything else, even though the door was open and everything, just like it was never enough light.
Yeah.
Until they got all the light in the world, and it created problems.
Yeah, he realized. Well, the thing is, like, he didn't really understand, like, the beauty of nighttime, right? And that's one of the cool things about the movie is that they said all these elements need to come together in order for nighttime to be what it is.
Yeah.
You don't think about how much you need night during the day because during the day, you can see the beauty in life. Like that's what happened. One of the things that happened in the movie, right? Like all the night elements were upset because since they hang out with Dark, they don't get to see the beauty in the scene.
In the daytime.
Yeah.
Speaking of something in the movie that I felt was unnecessary, when they're going through when Dark's introduction, why did they do a skull face flash?
Because they're trying to. I think they're trying to show how scared Orion was of the dark.
Yeah, but I mean, even now, I was just like, okay, that was kind of creepy.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's what's going on in his brain. Remember, this whole thing is happening. It's his. You find out it's a story he's telling his daughter. So he's accentuating like the kind of this is how he felt in the moment.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, one thing he did in the movie that I thought was cool was like he's like that. I keep a journal that he draws all his different fears. Like, do you think that would help you out as a kid? If you can mark down all your fears, like how you can keep track of them.
I think a journal in general is just important, honestly. Adults and children.
Do you journal?
Not often, but every once in a while. When I feel like my brain is really, really, really scattered or under a lot of pressure,
Mhm.
I'll write just to get whatever in my system out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I,
So,
I tried that. I tried journaling. Then I realized
mm,
the only time I was writing was when I was like had something like that was bothering me, or it was like a negative thought.
I mean, but at the same time, I feel like it's still important because who wants to live with that negative energy, so to speak?
Yeah, yeah, but if you're only writing when when things are negative, then when
Mm,
you go back and look at it, you're gonna be like, man, was I really that negative of a person?
mm.
I feel like you got to get into the habit of writing even when you have good thoughts.
Okay, I gotta, I'm not contradict you, but I guess battle that for a second.
All right.
I mean, because if you look at it on this on this light rather, if you're writing when you're only in a bad mood or anger or whatever, and then when people see you, you're always happy and everything else, you're always happy because you're getting that negative energy out of you.
No, I get it. But
Okay.
what I'm saying is, when you then go back and look at your journals,
Hmm.
all you see is all your negative thoughts, and it gives you I think it gives you a skewed idea of what you were actually feeling or like during that time in your life. Because when
Mm,
you look back, all you see is all this negative shit. But if you get into a good habit of writing everything down, then you can
mm,
kind of get a fully formed idea of like, all right, like, okay, maybe when I was 13, like I remember being really happy. Let me go back and look at my journals from when I was 13, and you can kind of see what kind of habits were going on in your life that made you really happy.
mm.
But if all you're reading is about your problems, then you can look back like, my God, I should have been in therapy. Should have done
you
something.
go, you go back and be like, damn, running out of ravioli was a problem.
I know. I'm gonna go back and be like, man, I didn't know that. I didn't know the black chicken didn't taste as good as the regular chicken. You ever had,
But that
you had
black
the
chicken,
black
that's
chicken?
something. No, that's something that your mom makes. I see the picture of it. I was like, I
Yeah,
want to try this.
the motherfucker. He's so black and he's purple. I was like, what the
Man,
fuck is this? I remember
yeah.
the first time I saw that. I thought my mom did so because for some reason, whenever she cooks it, she makes it with some kind of like lemon, like I don't know if she puts a lemon zest in the soup or whatever, but it
Okay.
always tastes like the rind of a lemon.
Hmm.
And then, like if you bite into like the rind of like a orange or lemon, it's got that
Hmm.
slight bitterness to it.
Yeah.
But she would always make that soup with that flavor to it. So I always
Hmm.
thought that was how the chicken tasted.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, I wanna fry up some black chicken just to see if it's tastes like regular chicken.
Hold on, wait. Okay, so now I'm confused. I thought the black chicken is black because of the seasons on it, not like it's an actual black chicken.
No, it's got black skin. It looked like you. It's you, bro.
I ain't that dark.
No, not oh yeah, not blackened chicken. Blackened chicken is like like catfish or some shit down south where it's just the seasoning.
Hold on, wait. How is black and chicken like catfish?
No. I'm saying like
I know what you're saying, but the way you said it just didn't make sense. You said no black and chicken like catfish.
yeah. If you're in the south, you go to the restaurant, you get blackened chicken, blackened fish. It's a seasoning that they put
Yeah,
on there. But like
like,
this
like
chicken is
occasion.
actually, it's a brother.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Leroy. It's the Leroy's in Chicken Run.
Oh shit. Oh man.
Uh,
Speaking of that, got catfish in there too.
bro,
Catfish, grits, oatmeal,
bro,
hash browns,
yeah, I know you can
bacon.
tell it off from the smell too, with them nostrils looking like Mario.
Dang. Some bitches are wide open in the morning. I'm out here hunting.
Uh,
Oh
you
shit.
a fucking bloodhound. Uh,
I had a punchline for that, but I'm not gonna say that. I think that'd be pushing it.
all right, so all right, so like, do you ever come up with like stories like this to tell your kids? Because essentially, the movies, he's an adult telling his daughter this story in order to help her deal with her fears and
Hmm.
intricacies of life. Like, have you come up with stuff like that? I've done it for
No.
my dog, but not for I ain't got no kids. Yeah, I tell Ryu stories.
I feel like your dog is like that dog from the professor. When the lady's telling them, lie down, Chauncey. I really feels like I'm not deaf. I just hate listening to his ass.
No.
I swear, I feel like Ryan be telling in his head, if you don't shut the fuck up and leave me alone,
Ryu's like the dog from the Mask. Like if he gets any kind of like any kind of stuff in his system, he's liable to turn around and turn into a whole beast. Just because of all the shit that I teach him and tell him.
No, I swear.
Is that the animal? Is that Nutty Professor? Or is that fucking or is that Dr.
Doolittle? Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
That's the Professor?
No, that was there. Dr. Doolittle was the one where it had the
yeah.
dog that wasn't listening.
Yeah, and I was like, I ain't deaf. I just hey, listen to her ass. I swear that's gonna be Ryu. And you be sitting there, hey Ryu, let me tell you this story. Let me read you this book. Hey, watch this show. I swear, his brain. I bet he says I don't give a fuck at least 16,000 times a day.
Oh, I'm like, hey, Ryu, you want to sit down and watch Caillou? He'd be like, I ain't watching this shit.
Caillou, like, where's the titties at? Put it on the X-rated station.
Nah, he British. He probably watch what's some British shit. Probably watching like
whose line is it anyways?
or The Office.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, do you come up with stories like that, or like is that something that you think works for kids?
I think it works if you know how to tell a story, and I'm not one that knows how to tell a story unless it's been real.
What the fuck? Is that your snot rag just came out?
Nah.
You hanging your boxers from the windows like
hey,
Mike Epps?
I gotta let them dry. That's my side curtain. Actually, I probably should open it now, seeing how the sun's up.
Yeah.
But nah. I mean, I've never been one to come up with a creative story like that. At least not off the top of my head. So nah, I don't tell kids stories.
Oh, so you would rather sit your kid down on the couch and put a movie on to tell them to tell them the story versus coming up with your own?
Pretty much. Or if I could find a book that I felt like might be worth it.
Or like, Genesis or Paul, Luke.
With the Bible? Nah. I never did it to my kids. That shit'll fuck them up for the rest of their life. You ever see that meme that they had of Dave Chappelle? Look at Tyrone Biggums. Talk about something, if you feed your kids religion when they're young, it'll fuck up for the rest of their life. And they got Tyrone Biggums in the scratch in his face. Oh man.
I just love Tyrone Biggums because he's like, I'm gonna tell you something, Joe. I'm gonna tell you something that you might not know about me, Joe Rogan. I smoke rocks. I need to get that picture up on this wall, man. I'm gonna revamp this whole setup soon, and then.
I wonder if that's his most memorable character from that show.
Nah, Rick James.
I mean, no. I mean that was a reoccurring character.
Okay.
Because Rick James was a story, Prince was a story, which those are the most memorable stories.
Yeah.
But as a character,
because he had that as a recurring character. He also had Tron. Tron always showed up in different like stories.
I remember Tron. I'm trying to think. I know he had, of course, Tyrone Biggums. He had the white dude that was a news anchor. Who was a pimp? His pimp name. I can't remember his pimp name.
A pimp was it was what is it? God, fuck, man. It was like because it was the one on the Player Haters Ball.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget.
So you know what? Yeah, I think Tyrone Biggums might be his most memorable character.
Is it Silky Johnson?
Was that it?
I think it's Silky Johnson.
Hmm.
He said when they showed you ever watch the bloopers?
Oh yeah, definitely.
When they put up the picture of fucking Rosie O'Donnell, he goes, she wears underwears with dick holes.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I feel like when I have kids, I'll be the parent that like makes up stories with the kids. Just go out in the yard and make up a story and stretch your imagination. We ain't gotta deal with this real life shit
until real life happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Watch out for them snakes.
Hey, Dad, get the magic blanket. Hey, nah, this ain't the time for magic blanket. Run, motherfucker, run.
Like, oh, Daddy, the storm's coming. Are we gonna fly on our carpet away? Nah, motherfucker, you better get in this truck.
Ain't no storm, tornado. We got to move right now. Oh man.
You ever seen them videos? Like clearly the kids that got the overactive imagination, they be trying stuff that like in their head that they think works. Like when they think they can fly, so they just jump off the couch, like
Yeah.
and just lay out, thinking
Look,
it ain't gonna hurt.
I look at the kids these days, and I look at some of the talk about what they do, and I'm like, I couldn't have been that stupid growing up.
I don't
I
know.
really couldn't have been.
I think I wasn't, but I used to do some dumb shit.
No, look, that's the thing. We all think that we weren't, but we all had to grow up.
Bro,
I'll leave it to that.
I remember me and my cousin, because we used to have a shed in the backyard at when I lived in East Springfield.
Mhm.
And I remember we went over to Springfield Plaza and we bought 3 air mattresses and we blew them up and we stacked them on top of each other and we were jumping off the fucking the shed and like
Okay.
landing on them. So one day I decided I was gonna jump off and just like lay out backwards and land on the shit. My ass hit and that shit bounced in the air and I just came straight down.
Oh man.
Bro, I was like, why would you do that? Like, why? It's weird because like when you're a kid, yeah, you know that ignorant, like ignorant. What is it like? Courage. There's this fearlessness you have. Like you don't think you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah, I guess what they say. Yeah, you haven't experienced pain yet, so you don't think anything hurts. So you're just fearless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went through that so many times. Now as an adult, man, I can't even walk without popping my knee. But
Man.
yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
So okay, so were you ever afraid of the dark when you were younger?
Yeah.
Why?
Not to like no crazy extreme extent or whatever. I don't know. I guess you know, as now that I'm older and think about it, I think as a kid, when you're still trying to develop your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, TV or people are so influential at that time in your life because your brain is learning how to think for itself, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a billboard, hear a conversation, whatever, and like when the dark settles, I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Like I've actually, I know it's gonna sound really, really crazy and creepy, but like in a dark room, I actually feel like my eyes are like there's stuff moving around in there. As crazy as it sounds.
I thought you were about to say my eyes were the brightest thing in the room. I'm like, yeah,
Oh shit. Nah, that's my
you
teeth.
blend in, bro.
But no, like you could be like in a pitch black room,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, I feel like your eyes are just adjusting now that I'm older. But
Yeah.
younger, it would actually feel like there was stuff moving around in there, even though you
Yeah.
know clearly there ain't shit in the room but you.
You know what's crazy? Okay, so there's this it's like a haunted trail. You know, like in Halloween, you go do like the little haunted trails and shit like that. There's one in Connecticut, and one of the scariest rooms in there, you know, you can get like crazy clowns and murderers and like slashers and all that shit, and like, you know, you'll be sitting there like, oh, it's fake. It doesn't really affect you that much. If you're a little kid, you might get scared about it, but as an adult, like, okay, it's just a dude in a costume. But then
Yeah.
there's one where you go into a room and it's just a pitch black room, and you got to get from one end to the other. To me, that's the scariest shit because you just don't know what's around you.
Yeah.
You walk in like all gingerly, trying not to like step on anything, or you think something's coming around the corner when it's just empty space.
Mm.
Like, is it because you lose that sense of sight?
I think so. I guess the fear of just not knowing, like as anything else in life, not knowing something. But when you can't see it, you can't feel it,
Yeah,
can't smell it. You know what? That actually makes sense. When you're in a dark room by yourself, none of your senses work.
yeah. Well, I mean, your smell works if there's something in there,
Yeah, true.
you know.
But
But
there's
like,
nothing in there. You're not smelling shit.
yeah, yeah. You feel like, I guess you have all those things you use to get a lay of the land are taken away. So now all you have is like you really nothing. So you're making do with what you can, and it's scary because you're anything to catch a barometer of what's going on around you isn't there anymore.
You know what? Now you got my brain working a little bit. Now that I'm waking up. When you're in a dark room, all you have is your own thoughts. And if you can't survive in that, that means your brain must suck ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for some people, like you have an overactive imagination. I know I did. So like you just start coming up with the craziest shit of what might be. I
Mm.
used to sit in school at Kennedy in the the outdoor
The
class.
rejection room. Yeah.
I used to look at the branches and like the shapes of the branches and shit like that. I'd be like,
Uh,
"Oh, I could see ninjas in the tree, but it wasn't actual ninja. It was just the shapes that the branches would make. So I got a crazy imagination. I feel bad for people who don't have an overactive imagination. I mean, your life must be boring as shit.
I mean, imagination is definitely fun. Like, don't ever lose your imagination, man. Actually learned that from Inside Out. Imagination and the dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel bad for people
I gotta.
who are so literal that they're like, but this is the recipe, so we gonna make the recipe. Like, nah, have fun. Use your imagination. Toss some shit in there.
I got a joke for you
But
about ninjas.
is it is it real ninjas eat chicken?
What if I should put it out there for the world to see?
You should shoot it. You should just shoot it and just put it out on
If,
X and be like, let's see what the world thinks.
I know, right? Just shoot it and call it a day. If
Mm,
Chick-fil-A had a cow dressed in a ninja outfit,
yeah.
that said real ninjas eat chicken. See what would happen.
Ugh.
But
All right, so
yeah,
I got a question for you. What did you
mhm.
think about when it's revealed in the movie that this is a story that the dad is telling the daughter? Because originally when it first starts, you just think it's a normal like animated movie.
Yeah. Um, it did catch me off guard. But I think by that time you're already invested into the movie
Hmm.
because that shows up later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I feel like okay. Did you ever see the Lego movie, the very first one?
the Lego movie. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so the whole movie was on its own path until it transforms into Will Ferrell actually creating Lego City or whatever.
yeah,
I felt like that, but not to that extent. Like when you like, wait, what just happened? What am I doing here?
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um, so yeah, when it goes to him telling the story to his daughter, like I said, as an adult, it took a minute to pick up on, but then you get what's going on. I
yeah,
think as a child, um, like you said, I feel like that should have been at the beginning.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is the story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel like when I was watching it, I was like, okay, maybe this is gonna be a story about how a kid just overcomes his fears. But then
Mm,
when it cuts to the dad telling the story to the daughter, like, okay, so now I got a sense that the guy clearly the dad was Orion and he got over his fear. So kind of for a second there, it kind of made me go, okay, so what's the point of the movie if I already know the dad isn't bothered by this story?
yeah.
He isn't actually bothered by these things that he's scared of. So that's why I felt like if it started with that, then you
Mm,
would have gotten the deeper meaning. Like he would have said, like, this is how I got, this is how I got through this when I was younger. So I think you're more liable to just go with the story and go where it takes you. So then when you
mm.
get that final reveal of the third character, what's his name?
The grandson
Yeah,
was it? No, I was just like call him Toby. Shit.
and I think it sounded like, what was it like, Toby?
It was like Tyjon or something. Something with a T. I know that.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah. But when he shows up, then to me, because that was the cool part.
mm,
You realize, oh no, like it's the daughter telling the story about how her dad told her the story.
mm-hmm.
So I think I think it would have made more sense if it started off as the dad telling the story.
Mm. Yeah, I actually agree with you on that. It would have.
Yeah.
Because I still think it was a good movie, but
Mhm.
that one part, I just feel like it would be hard to catch as a child to
Yeah.
understand what just happened when
Yeah.
that switch up. But as far as the whole story itself, like I guess go through the generations and then letting each child create their own ending to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. That's why like I would have if it had did it the other way where it started off with you already knowing that it's the dad telling the story, then
Mm,
it would have made sense to you like okay, so you know that's how the daughter is adding her own piece into it. But then when you realize no, it's the daughter telling her kid about it, it's like oh shit, that's an even better reveal. To me, it just started all of a sudden piling on top of each other, and I'm like, this is a little too confusing for a little kid. Like because like
speak.
because after they fucking they solve everything with like the night or whatever,
Mhm.
then they go into a whole thing about like what was it like how did they get out of there or some shit?
You talking about
The-
the other
Well, because they
elements or
well no because all of a sudden it was like okay they got past all the whole thing with the night, but now it's like, okay, well, how do you get back to the future?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why all of a sudden that happened. I was like, where the fuck is this coming from? And then
Yeah.
that's when that whole element happened with the kid, where I think if you had already known that it was the story or started off with it, then it would have been cooler.
Yeah, I still don't think it was bad though.
No,
Like you
it
said,
wasn't.
like a couple of tweaks, but it wasn't bad. Speaking of, how'd you feel about the sleep character?
What about him?
I thought she was funny as hell. When she's like, okay, time to sleep. Shit, smell like the old dude with the pillow. With the
With the chloroform?
but I thought,
That's an adult joke in a kid's movie.
yeah, it is. But I thought about that. Like, have you ever been sitting there like watching TV or something, and then then you say, you know what, TV is watching me.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know any better, you just got hit with some chloroform and passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Think about it.
That's the way it happened. He was just like, yeah, he was okay. You gotta go to sleep, and he was like, oh, what's he doing? I like
And then she goes to the baby, pull up the hammer. I was like, holy shit.
how insomnia, like he was like, what was it? The world is just cosmic rays or something that bother you. He goes, oh, you go real deep with this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he couldn't wake up the dude.
Yeah.
He was Orion decided to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, oh shit, you go real deep.
Yeah.
But you ever thought about that? Like, okay, so what's a thought that like wakes you up in the middle of the night? For me, it's always dying in my dreams.
Really?
Yeah, dying from saving the stripper or the prostitute. I tell you, I've had that dream since I was little.
I know what you're talking about, but the way you just explained it was just say, if you got a weird nighttime habit, why would keep it to yourself out there trying to save strippers? Man, you need to be doing this. Your daddy should have loved you. Come with me.
I know. But listen, lady, just zip it up and just hop in this car. We can save you.
Yeah, hop in this car. Okay, sure. With no windows. But what was the question? Like, what keeps you up at night?
Yeah. Do you have anything that, like, if you're asleep, it just wakes you up at night? Not a sound, but like an actual thought.
If Popeyes run out of chicken.
You getting chased by the Popeyes?
But I'm stuck with KFC in churches. Fuck no.
Churches. I had churches when we were at your house, and I was like, man, this shit, that was disappointing as fuck.
Nah. No, I mean, I thought that actually wakes me up. Nah, when I get woken up nowadays, I really think it's a wild dream that I had that is trying to tell me something. And 9 times out of 10, it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that. I don't know. I used to think I'm not really that guy that like read that deeply into dreams. You are.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking call me up in the middle. Hey man, I had this dream last night. Let me run this by you.
I mean, because like they're so vivid. Like, I can see everything and play it back like a movie from front to back.
Yeah.
And then something happens where I just pop up and just like, wait a minute, that made too much sense. Let me research this shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's weird because for me, nowadays I don't really remember my dreams, so I don't really know if those things actually have a place in regular life or in reality, or if it's just my brain just being overactive. I just know that like I very rarely have a dream where I remember it. I'm like, damn, I gotta fucking work that out. I don't know what the fuck that means anymore. The only one I ever had was, again, the one with saving the stripper or the prostitute, but that should actually happen in real life. So who knows?
And then it could be something subliminal too.
Yeah.
All it mixed together with whatever you might have done for the day, watched on TV, read something, your own personal thoughts all coming together. But
yeah,
what'd you think about Sweet Dreams? Angela Bassett's character.
That was Angela Bassett.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to figure out who the voices were in this movie because some of the voices sounded familiar, but
I looked them up because her voice sounded familiar, and Dark's voice sounded like Seth Rogen.
Who was it?
Some other dude. I don't know. I never heard him before.
It's weird because I can't. This is fucked up. But I can't hear Angela Bassett's voice anymore without that Wakanda accent.
Really?
Yeah, when I picture her, like it's just like fucking what's his name? Who's T'Challa? Fucking
Chadwick Boseman?
yeah. Like when he talks like a normal like dude from DC,
Oh,
that's where he's
yeah.
from. I'm like, hey man, why you gotta put on an American accent? Just talk with your normal African accent.
But see, that's how. Well, okay, changing the subject real quick. That's how you know a character was that impactful. You know what I'm saying? Like if they play a character, like all you see is that character every time you see him.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Like I told you, Al Pacino's always gonna be Scarface, always.
I don't know.
You
I
do
guess.
what the fuck you told.
No, I think
You
to
look
me
at
he's
us like this here pussy.
to me he's always the coach from fucking Any Given Sunday.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, but that's because it took me forever to see Scarface. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like Russell Crowe.
I didn't. What's up?
That's it. Russell Crowe's always be Gladiator. Always.
Yeah, I can see that. Who's someone that like you can see like they don't have a role that like to you that they're known for. Like when you see them, you're just excited to see them in a movie. You don't really like, oh, I can't picture him being anyone else. For me, it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was gonna say DiCaprio because his own transition of characters is dope.
Yeah. Like him, for me, it's him or like Christian Bale. Like whenever I see them in a movie, I don't really remember them as another character. I'm usually with them in that movie. Like when he's in fucking The Fighter, it's a crackhead brother.
No, yeah. The only part of that movie that stands out to me is when he jumps off the roof and lands in a trash can. Like he looks like a straight up crackhead. You know what I'm saying? And then he played that part to a T.
Right. You know what the most fucked up thing about that movie is? Is my cousin. He watched the movie. He goes, oh yeah. He goes, I used to live in that house.
Oh wow.
They filmed that movie in Lowell, and that's the house he used to live in.
I know it was in Massachusetts.
Bro, I was like, man, they turned your old house into the crack house. That's fucked up.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right, man. Final thoughts on Orion and the Dark.
Like I said, I thought it was a good movie. Good for kids. Just that one little part, the segue. It's all about, as we talked about, overcoming your fears. And I really believe that everybody's greatest fear is the dark, because it's just the fear of not knowing what's in there. You know, actually, I want to say this before we cut it off. My brother, he got schizophrenia. He'll stay with me.
Yeah.
He asked me to buy some nightlights for him. 26-year-old man. 28-year-old man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the fuck wrong with you? You scared of the dark? He said, no, I'm afraid of what's in the dark. You know what I'm saying? But coming from him, it hit me differently. Yeah. I know you see some wild shit. You see wild shit in the daytime. So let me help you out here, brother. But yeah, I thought it was a decent movie for kids on Netflix.
Yeah.
Not even bad for adults. What about you?
I like the movie a lot. And one of the things that I really took from this movie, and this has really nothing to do with the movie itself, but like I feel like with streaming, there's a lot of like animated movies that you don't know about. But generally speaking, most of the animated movies you find on streaming are good. Other than fucking Strange World, but everything else. But that one was in theaters.
Yeah, and it was from Disney. That was so disappointing. Yeah, from Disney.
Yeah, but I feel like I feel like if you see an animated movie that's on streaming, like more than likely you can give it a shot, and it's gonna be probably like at least a 70 out of 100. You know, this one is actually a good story to put on with your kids, to watch with your kids, and like they'll have characters that you can fall in love with, but it has a nice message to it that I think kids should learn about. You know, overcoming your fears. Do you have a fear now besides snakes that you're trying to overcome?
You know what? I actually don't even fear snakes anymore. It's like if I see one now, I tip my hat.
You got me.
You get too close, I'm gonna shoot the shit out you. If you cross,
bro, you need to stop trying to shoot snakes and just get a stick.
No, then why else I got a fucking 6 foot ass long shotgun?
To keep the bears away, the snakes, motherfucker.
Keep everything away.
Oh,
But nah, like I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I had PTSD for that shit for a minute.
yeah.
You know, waking up, snake bites, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But now I see one now. As long as they're in my vicinity, I see you, homie. Keep going your own way.
You ever
You know what I'm
notice? You ever notice how like when you're a kid, a lot of your fears are based off like imagination, and then as an adult, a lot of it's just based off reality.
Based off reality, and it's weird. I know what's going on. Like for instance, when we went skydiving,
Yeah.
like some people are really, really dead afraid to do it, and I'm like, why? Like you're cheating yourself out of an experience.
Yeah, but okay, but I think yeah, but again, but with skydiving, I mean, they've dropped like an apple from up, holding above their head into the ground. They see how it can splat.
Yeah.
So in their head, they're just imagining, what would happen if their body did the same thing. But it's based off something they can physically, in reality, like test out. Like it's a fear that's based off of like some shit that you're familiar with, just
I think
something falling.
I think that's just life, though. I think it's like, have you ever heard that quote or that saying? And I'm not gonna say it right, but it's like a dad talking to his son, or like an old white or whatever, and he's like, he tells the story of two wolves. Like one was evil, one was good, or whatever. And he said, well, which one wins? He said, whichever one you feed the most. So I feel like if you go through life and you're fearful of something, or whatever case may be, then stop feeding that side of you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because that side is always going to overrule the other side of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just feel like when you're a kid, like you don't have the gauge or the experiences to know what to be afraid of. So you
Mhm.
just come up with things in your head like, oh, this is what might happen, and that's what scares you. Versus, as an adult, you've had enough experiences to know that like, hey, these are the things I can overcome. These are the things that weren't successful, and that's kind of what your fears are based off of after. That's why I think for a lot of people, rejection is a big fear just because, I'm sure they've had a hard, for most people, creating relationships with like friends or people that you're not familiar with. It's such a daunting task that like the idea of being, turned away is scary for people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can see that.
well, anyways. All right. Well, that's our latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Once again, it is your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta. Y'all be safe out there.
Bro, with
I
that
even
light
drink my shit.
with that light shining in your face, you look like a pirate.
Honestly, I can't even see my damn phone screen right now.
But it's
The
like,
sun's coming through.
yeah, it's gonna look crazy when you watch it on video. You're like, oh shit! Like as the light is coming on you, like in the movie, you looking. We seen the real Chris Brown, and it's not pretty.
Tits on my hoes.
He's a warrior.
Hell yeah.
All right, we out.
I'm a warrior.